Hey DOT community, this is another episode of the DOT Aftershow with Zalon and Bo. How we doing this week, Bo?
Doing good, Zalon. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. And I know you were busier today, and I did the event live stream by myself, but the community did
Yep.
join in, and you did join in at the very end of that stream. So if anybody missed that, make sure you go back and check that out. Um,
Yeah. I've been in training all week, so we had lunch break right about the time you were finishing up. So
yeah, it was
thanks for
very.
letting me jump on there. That was fun.
Yes, nice, nice. Yeah, because I wanted to hear what you had to say about it, definitely. But here we, for the dev live stream this week, of course, they did show off the new Krathos for this Frozen Fury event, which has
Yeah.
the boost of 1.3 for the 4 stars and 1.1 for the 3-star Elethans. So,
hmm
what do you think about the guaranteed skills for him?
Okay, so I really like the Krothos.
Hmm.
Actually, to be quite honest with you,
Hmm.
it's all offensive, and then you've got offensive X skills. Uh, I like the fact that you know exactly what it is you're going for, and
Yes.
you can really make an educated guess. Now, what that does, though, is that limits the ability for you to get maybe an even better set of skills on the top end, but that's a chance, right?
Yeah, compared to a guarantee.
Compared
So,
to a guaranteed. So it's like, okay, so we're getting a pretty good Titan. We're giving up the upside of possibly getting a really great Titan in exchange for knowing for a fact that we're not going to get a crappy Titan.
correct.
So
So,
I'm good for this, and I don't have Krothos, and I need Krothos, and I don't have Nexus, and I need Nexus. So I'm going all the way on this one. I'm finishing it. Maybe finish tonight. I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, yeah, you mentioned that at the end of the stream too, which is
Yeah,
complete
yeah,
madness. But at the same time, I definitely agree that the relics as well. Getting another Nexus for me is just bonus, because I already have one, and
sure,
I already have a
sure.
Krothos too. But the reason why I'm going after all of this is these relics too as well. The Ice Helm, the Ice Gauntlets, the Ice Curious. I don't have them,
Right.
and I at least want one version of them.
I
So
I don't have them either, and I definitely want those as well because I didn't get to do the Theros event
yeah.
either.
All
So
right. So, and I'm
it's
sure
nice that
everybody.
they're coming around again.
All right, and I want to. We're pretty much not going to be. That's about all we're going to talk about, except for the nice, wonderful ice that's going on right now, snowstorm. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about for
yeah.
this Frozen Fury, because of course the thumbnail for this video and the main topic about everything that we're going to be talking about that they discussed on the live stream as well is the 1.22 rollout. So I'm actually going to jump
Yes.
out of game. We're going to jump in to the photos from the live stream, and there it is, the Pantheon, Titan Pantheon. That's what
Yep.
it's going to look like. And I have the screen here on the right that has the Titans collected, and it says 41 to 107. I think it's pretty nice that we also have an accurate count of exactly how many you do have, without you
Yeah,
having
how
to.
many Titans are in the game? Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. So,
Yes.
so the
So
brain,
there's
so the
only one
brain and
person that
Karen
I'm aware
Saney
of
can
that's going
have
to be able to get
their day.
everything from the.
Yeah, I just mentioned that. I said so the brain and Karen Saney can have uh,
Yeah,
an accurate count. That's what it's for.
that's
And all
right.
the other collectors. I mean, I appreciate it too. I think it's a really good idea. And here we'll go on to the next photo. I have another screenshot here of the basically the Titan info that each
Oh,
one will
yep.
have next to them. And we're looking at like Athika here, just a basic 2-star Elithan Guardian. But of course, it says
That are available when battle drops now
mm-hmm,
because we have that info, right?
correct.
Or is the Titan a reward for a collection like Athika is? Or,
Mm-hmm,
is the Titan available in events only? That's nice. I like it.
exactly. All right, and then as we go on, we also see the pictures of all the different Titan collections that are possible. I don't have them all on the screen here, but I have some of the more favorable ones, like Legendary 1 and Legendary 2, which of course have...
Yeah, there was a bunch of collections. I was surprised there were that many to start out with.
Yeah, Expert 1, it looks like. Then there's, of course, Advanced and Beginner. So they have like a Beginner, an Advanced, an Expert, Legendary, but then they have the specific race ones like Unak, Elethan, Mossmane, and then, of course, Norse, as we see here in the bottom right. Good old Norse collection. Now, there was no Piggy collection that was confirmed, but we think...
No, there wasn't.
We think Piggy collection
I
maybe...
expect there'll be an Ancients collection at some point.
Yes.
That'll have the pigs as well as like Calvarax and Wukong and Jotun in there.
Yes, correct, because we don't see them currently yet. So, that I know of in any of these current collections. So, when they have the, of course, what do I have? Oh yeah, this is when they're collecting a relic from... I just have a photo of the relic bursting in the middle. But when you collect it...
Yeah, that was pretty cool. The thing just kind of exploded.
And there you get your relic.
There's your relic.
Exactly. But yeah, I have a picture of the Frostbite, which was one of the new relics. Now, I want to jump off here. What we're going to show is we are going to show DOT database. Now, because the reason is he just did this. Most people probably don't know. But Yuki just updated all the relics from the Pantheon and has now put it on the DOT.
And they're very, very easily labeled Pantheon, so you can know that that's a Pantheon relic. And
now, he did also
through the list here, and I was surprised at the number of 3-star relics that are available from the Pantheon. This, and then of course this will change as they add collections. There will be an additional reward,
Correct. So also, cool. He did add the new modified skeleton stats to reflect the changes to the raised dead. Troops stats, troop speeds, added the new Krothos, and then of course all these new relics. The recent Ice event, and also from Valkyrie event. And then also added all the Pantheon relics, just like Bo was saying, how he labeled them with Pantheon next to it. So we're going to take a look at that right now so that everyone has a better idea of what it's like. So let's get it to reload here.
Yeah. So I was looking at these, and of course, a lot of these...
Yeah. Of course. So here we go. We're going to
Here, buddy. Look at that. 50% militia, 38% armors, 50% spearman damage.
They're going to come up as the broken pot right now. That's
Yeah, that's an excellent relic right there.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. We also have the Bracers of Wrath. Let's check that out. Physical. Interesting.
Yep. So it's like an orb. Kind of like an orb. Titan and Army resist. I like it.
It's going to be very popular as well. Let's see. What else do we have? The Helm of Wrath. But also it's, 3 skills for Titan and Army. So, let's see. Oh, yes, this one. Picture is not probably correct, but it looks like one of the lightning, the God shield. But
it looks like the shield of the gods.
Yeah.
Picture, but
it's called the
Swalvin.
Zalon
is a type of shield, which is
45% Titan and Army lightning damage. Gain 3 lightning spells, and then Titan and Army resist against lightning. That's a lot of lightning damage right there.
That's from the Norse collection, I would imagine.
Yes. I can imagine that as well.
Very, very cool. And then you go on down to the 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 3-star version of all of the 4-star relics.
Exactly.
But you also have additional relics in the 3-star that are not in the 4-star collection, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Covert dagger. Let's check that one out.
Yep, the covert dagger. I mean, militia, archers, and spearmen, critical, that might be enough to get you to that 100% that you need for critical that you're looking for.
30% Titan fire damage, fireball spell, Titan critical for all troops.
That one's cool, for all troops, but you can only use that one with a fire Titan. So
correct. But that makes it so that if you have a fire Titan that buffs 2 different kinds of troops, then you would be able to get critical for both.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
So
like a Mamesh, right?
Yeah.
No, Mamesh is...
Or what Ishkar do?
Yeah. No, is it Ilzar?
Ilzar, sorry. Yeah, they're very similar.
Yeah.
Frostbite, 30% Titan ice damage, gain free spell, troop health. That's not bad.
Yeah, that one's pretty good, especially for a 3-star to give a 30% boost. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, giant mace, 30% Titan earth. Same thing for the earth, basically. Helm of Wrath, we already saw that one. Let's just check anything else
here. So the 3-stars max out at 15% resist on the, the 3-star versions of the 4-stars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. It's a Titan physical damage and then gain 1 shield spell and then 12% troop damage.
That's pretty cool.
So I guess, shield spell is considered the physical.
Yeah, you don't ever pay much attention.
Now this lion's mane.
That are obvious, like Poison Cloud,
That 3-star version, 28% militia armor, archer's armor, spearman armor.
That one.
That's nice.
For sure.
Let me just see here. Poison band. I think that was it looked like it was like a poison ring.
Yeah.
So 12% armor pierce for all troops. Gain 1 poison cloud spell, 30% poison damage. So if you had a poison titan that buffed 2 different types of troops, I guess there you would be able to use something.
Version of the Zalon relic gives you 2 lightning spells, but the other 5% Titan and army lightning damage. The Norse, whenever lightning troops get here, which Matt will tell you that he's been working on something. He's been working on lightning troops, from what I can tell, guys.
Yeah.
These lightning troops out there in the game for the lightning troops already, as far as damage goes. So,
like that sword and the what shield of the gods, I think.
Yep, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that did Titan and troop lightning damage.
And then, of course, all the 2-stars are basically all just...
Yeah, so we counted them up earlier. There's 4 4-stars, but there's 11 3-stars.
Mm-hmm.
Which, interesting.
He didn't even... He put them in... He put thing,
well,
it's okay.
It's 1 star.
I'm just checking. We know they're 1-stars. They're 1-stars, but still, there's gonna be some people that still hold on to them like they're everything. But anyway,
yeah.
So
I don't know exactly what the tiers are for the to get the different relics.
Mm-hmm.
But the way the tiers work is once you have all the Titans in the collection, that's like tier 1. And then, you level them all up to a certain level. That's like tier 2, and then all.
Well, it was like 20, 30, and 40. I saw that when there was one that went up to
20, 30. All right. So it's 20, 30, and 40.
Well, actually, you know what? Wait, I'm sorry. Correct that. It might have been 20 and then 40. It might have been because tier 2 might have been 20 and tier 3 was 40. Because I didn't see anything above tier 3. Sorry, strike that. That's
okay. All right. So maybe they start out with 2 stars.
Well, I saw some 1-stars in some of the collections. The beginner collections had 1-stars.
So the beginner collections probably only go up to a 3-star, and then the more advanced collections start at a 2-star and go to a 4-star. That makes sense.
Well, yeah,
That
because
makes
because
there's only four or 4-stars, and
yeah,
there's
because
a bunch of
1-star
3
Titans
stars.
can't even get above level 30 anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
So.
Yep, you're true. You're correct.
So what's the point?
So, yeah. So it's very cool. It's nice to have some info, other than speculation about the Pantheon.
Exactly. And of course, as soon as myself or Bo or most likely any of the other YouTubers that have the ability to show off will obviously be sharing with the community, as soon as possible. But we definitely have members that do have it already.
I don't have the update on my phone. I have yet to check my tablet because I left it in the hotel room last night. So I haven't checked my tablet yet.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull a relic here so I can do a little bit of grinding in the background while we discuss the rest of the event. The only thing is, though, I do want to say the one I was grinding with off stream that I was gaining some levels on. Now, hopefully, I'll be able to get him up a bit higher so I can equip 2 relics on him. I won't be fighting with him right now, but it wasn't Krothos. I will be fighting with Krothos, but it was
everybody's new favorite Titan.
Everybody's new favorite Titan is Calvarax. So of course,
that's right.
I was grinding with him, but I'm gonna need another relic slot or 2 on him to be able to make him a lot more effective. But I have been leveling up my blood vial. I'm gonna get this puppy up to at least 2 raised bed spells. I know it does more than 1. It might do 3.
You got the 4-star, it'll do 3.
That's what I thought. So I should be getting some more soon. But I was having some good luck today leveling it up.
The 3 stars do 1.
Yeah, I gained 3 levels on that today, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's really good, and that leads us into another thing that they done. So first off, they fixed the blood vial relic. So instead of actually giving you less resistance to poison, it actually gives you more resistance to poison. So, when I did the Calvarax live stream, which is on my channel, if you guys want to go rewatch Calvarax with the new skeletons,
he's very cool.
You'll notice when I go up against Panthers, the Panthers were just running through the skeletons like like a hot knife through butter, and it's like, why? They're supposed to have poison resist. Then come to find out that the relic is bugged. So they have fixed the relic, and we verified that, yes, they did fix the relic. So I need to go back. As soon as I get the update for my test account, I'll go back and do some more Calvarax versus poison stuff and see how effective he is against poison. Because he was really effective against physical. He was really effective against, like, Grenadiers and Goliath, but still going up a bunch of cats with Calvarax was, difficult. So they fixed that, and they also made in 1.22, they made it where these relics that have spells attached to them, those spells, when they're on your Titan on defense, those spells will drop. Now, I have verified that this is true. We have a member of our alliance who has the update, and the way that works is if you have the update and you go up against a Titan that has some of those relics, then those spells will drop on you or for you when you're attacking. But because I have the update, I went up against that. And it was Daneth that did it. I went up against Daneth's garrison, and those spells didn't drop for me because I don't have the update on my device. So that's how that works. And they do drop in addition to the spells that you normally have on your garrison. So here's the rundown. I had 2 raised dead and 1 lightning spell on Siggy, plus I had 5 poison cloud spells on the garrison. And Dana said they all dropped. Poison cloud dropped at 4 minutes 30 seconds, and 4 minutes, and then lightning at 3 minutes 30 seconds, then another poison cloud, then the raised dead spells, and they were all about 30 to 45 seconds apart. When he went up against my garrison with only the relics, the raised dead dropped at 4:30 or 4:39, 4 minutes and 8 seconds, and 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So it's additional spells. They don't drop faster than the spells dropped when you don't have them. It's just additional spells that drop. So you could load out your garrison, like Calvarax on defense, and he's bringing in 11 raised dead spells plus the 5 or 6 spells that you already have.
Yeah, right.
That's a lot of spells that drop on defense.
Exactly. But there is been now.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. There is talk of them actually bringing Calvarax back sooner than October. Being a person that has Calvarax, I'm completely against this. But as Game Rescue said in his video,
being a person that does not have Calvarax, I have mixed feelings about this.
Yeah, see. And now Game Rescue also mentioned it too as well on his video because he doesn't have him and he hopes that they bring Calvarax back. But I'll be honest, I want to have the advantage until October.
Well, okay, so for the guys that went for Calvarax because they said, oh, he'll come back, but he won't be until next year, I can see where you guys will be a little bit, like, that's not a good idea. Mm-hmm. They're taking if they do bring him back early, they're going to take a hit on their, I don't want to call it credibility because that's not the right word, but just, can you really trust what they say kind of thing?
Yeah, when it comes down to saying if it's going to be a once-a-year situation, because if they say that, I like Wukong, same thing. But, I mean, Wukong isn't all that great still, and he's, what I mean, in comparison to how Calvarax has been rising. So all I'm saying is, if they would say that, if they would bring Calvarax back right now, or very soon, before they were supposed to, and then a couple months later say that there's a new Titan that comes out and they're going to do it's a once-a-year situation, am I going to believe that? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Probably not. But it also depends on how they bring Calvarax back.
True.
I mean, if they have another event and you can get Calvarax just like the last time, that's like the worst case scenario. But if they have if they add Calvarax into a special like altar temple takeover, that's a little bit different situation, or maybe they add, maybe Calvarax is a reward in like a Trials of Power type event where there's, it's not going to be everybody is able to get him because, everybody would be eligible to get him, but there's only like 50 of them, that get given out. That's a little bit different than if they have like a Calvarax event, part 2. Before Halloween.
Exactly. Because they'll also, if they do have a Calvarax event, they would also be offering all those relics again, too. And I, again, feel like that the people that did go and take the time to go all the way and get all the relics and blah, 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 will be feeling short-sighted. But we'll see. We'll see. Some of the other things to talk...
I'm doing. Calvarax pretty OP now, guys. Calvarax is... I had a lot of fun playing with Calvarax on that test stream.
Yeah. So, now with 1.22 allowing defensive spells that are on relics to be able to drop during defense, it's making Calvarax even more.
For people like me that have the 3-star versions of those relics, but I don't have Calvarax, I can still use those.
Yeah.
Relic. And I can even use them on defense, especially for like land defenses or something like that. Mm-hmm. So that's helpful for everyone that has any of those relics. Plus there's a lot of spell relics that came out, here recently. So, but the 4-star versions of those relics were, if you have the 4-star versions, you probably have Calvarax as well.
Yeah. All right, so let's get over some of the other 1.2 things that are coming out there, where they did, of course, they fixed the spell issue that they were talking about on the stream, and you know a little bit more about that, Bo. So what was that about?
Yeah, I already went over that where they fixed the blood vial spell.
No. That was the other thing on there. No, they said they.
Oh no, the other spell. Okay, all right. So we had a member that sent me some screenshots. He's like, "Look, dude, these spells are stuck and they're taking up inventory, but I can't use them. They're like stuck in the crafting stage." And they fixed that to where the spells now you have full use of your spell inventory. That was the problem.
Yes.
So they did fix that, which is good. That was D that sent me that, that little thing. And I mean, we weren't the only people to report it, but I did send it on to those guys. And, as well as like Yuki pointed out the fact that the blood vial was broken.
Yep.
And, he emailed those guys, and I did the live stream, and then I emailed those guys, and, so they got that fixed. But yeah, so, and then
they also said that
all on spells, right?
Yep. And also now you can skip the Titan, when the Titan is reveling at the end of battle, the
victory dance.
Your victory dance, yeah. You're able to tap through that now. So all you speed raiders out there that don't want to have to deal with that and want to just tap through everything real quick here at the very end, you can. So it is now going to be a lot faster to get through your raids.
Yeah. And then they added the stars back to the Titan when you're looking at the Titan on defense.
Yes.
Because, so they evidently... that went away. I don't know that anybody ever really thought that it was a bug, but they said it was a bug, and that was supposed to be shown all the time. So
they also mentioned that there's going to be there's a little button that is going to show up now when you're at your castle. That's in the same spot where normally when you're going around the kingdom, there's a button that takes you back to your castle, and then that button disappears.
That's the warp button.
Well, it's now going to change when you're at your castle to a button that now takes you to your neutral lands, so you don't have to. Yeah,
that's pretty convenient because
again,
you scroll up. Sometimes you don't know, depending on where your place is in the map. Mm-hmm. Is it directly above? Is it to the left? Is it to the right? Just click the button and it takes you there. I like it.
Yeah. Also, too, there is the one other thing they mentioned was. This has nothing to do with the 1.22 update, but it has the Adventures. People asked about Adventures Guild. It's a few months off. They did. Yeah. Someone did mention about artwork for. Is Dom working on new artwork for a Lightning T-shirt? But Dom's pretty busy right now. So, and of course the Quiff.
But on the 1.22 stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're bringing anchoring back.
Well, yeah, that was the last thing I was gonna hopefully we were gonna discuss here. So yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about that as well, because the idea of bringing anchoring back is a very big, major game changer to how people deal with the regular everyday game.
Yeah, they're so it's coming back with 1.22, but it's not turned on yet, and. It's one of those things where they can turn it on the server side.
Yeah.
So you'll see the button there, but it will be grayed out. And when they turn it on, and he said they were thinking about doing that a little bit differently. So some of the details may change from the way it was in Throne Wars.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But anchoring lands is going to change some gameplay strategies for some alliances in certain leagues.
Yes.
And I'm thinking that Legend League is going to be one of those that it's going to change a lot, because it's going to affect our First Strike VP team that logs in at the beginning of the season and does bonus caps. If players are smart and they anchor their VP lands at night, then we won't be able to cap those lands in the morning. So I expect to see a little bit of slowdown at the very beginning of these seasons with these teams jumping out to 20 million leads on day one.
Yeah,
because it's all
you think the VP count?
Yeah,
VP count is going to be way lower than people's VP numbers will be way different.
Yeah. So that's going to be pretty interesting, and it'll probably take a couple weeks to kind of get all that ironed out about how do we play now that we can anchor lands,
Exactly.
But that'll be interesting. That's another, strategy. That's a strategy change. And I like it when we have changes like that because, after a few weeks, you figure out, what's the best way to do things. And
Yep.
then after it's been that way for 6 months, it gets a little stale. So
Agreed.
I enjoy it when they make little small changes like this that can have, some pretty hefty effects on the way you play the game.
Exactly. All right, Bo. Well, I think that's pretty much all we have for this week's Dev Livestream recap here on the DOT After Show, and we had a lot to talk about.
Well, we didn't talk about Theaters of War.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Theaters of War. All right. Well, we still have a little bit. We have a little bit more time.
Well,
we have a little bit more time. I don't want to risk losing the video, but all right, we have a little bit more time. Let's go.
Well, supposedly the Theaters of War event is supposed to come out next week, and that's the new event type where we do the Titan arenas.
Yes.
So I'm just interested to see what that's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I'm interested to think if it might be like a Trials of Power situation, where where you can go in and play a bunch of the arenas and it'll refresh in like maybe an hour or two, or you can insta refresh for gems.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
So
we'll see. Maybe you can hit all 6 arenas once a day during the event, something like that.
But the event would only last for maybe like 3 days, 4 days. I don't know.
Yeah.
They would have to make it so that you can hit it a little bit more. Because Trials of Power, you could actually attack the island like once every 2 hours, right? That's how it was.
Yeah, it was once every couple of hours, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could speed that up with gems.
Exactly. So. But, all right, well, I'm just wrapping up this last battle. So is there anything else that you wanted to say there, Bo?
No, that was pretty much it on the live stream. We talked about the event you talked about the event on your event stream, so.
Yeah, pretty much. So if there's anything else that you want to know about the event, make sure you check out the event live stream that I had earlier today. Or if you need more content to watch while you grind, feel free to rewatch the event live stream opening. I will be streaming again over this weekend. Probably not on Sunday night, but maybe Sunday morning. We'll see. But that's Mother's Day here in the U.S., so I don't know how much time I'll be spending on Sunday playing. It's while I stream. But I'll definitely see about streaming either tomorrow or possibly on Saturday as well. So we'll see what happens. How about you, Bo? What are you thinking?
I may actually get a stream in tonight.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, get off here, so maybe that as soon as it's published, maybe you'll be going live. We'll see. All right,
yeah,
so
we'll see.
For the Non-Toxic Gamers, I am Zalon.
And I am Bo.
And we are signing off.